what's up guys, welcome to JMac Sports Cards. My name is Jason. Thanks for tuning in to another video. You ever had someone, an old timer, walk by your case? He's like, man, that case is just too shiny for me. You know, and it kind of rubs you like, here's another boomer. Get off my lawn. And look, me, I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle. I'm transitioning. I'm 43 years old. I'm from a generation where we learned, you know, we used computers in school, and we saw the internet and adapted the internet as well. So I actually was a software developer as well. So I'm in between the two. I'm in between the old timers and the young generation. Well, you know what though? I've done some serious digging, and I think those guys might be right. Actually, I think the vintage sports cards are super rare, and I think there's not a lot of it out there. Even some of the players that in ultra modern and ultra modern that are, even if they make it to the Hall of Fame, I think there's going to be a lot of worthless cards in the future. You might think I'm just flapping my gums, but I did the work for you. We're going to look at some data that I pulled from some set lists of current products, and you're going to see that I'm not flapping my gums. It's going to become clear. I want to make it clear. I want you to see how when some of these old guys say the old stuff is rare and this new stuff is overproduced and overprinted, and a false sense of scarcity with the serial numbered stuff. I'm going to show you that today. Let's jump into what my findings were, and you'll see what I mean. I want to talk about this a little bit, let you know what you're looking at. This also, I believe, will help you to understand why PSA is the king in grading, honestly. So this is the PSA set registry that you hear people talk about. Their database and the way it is chopped up. This is why their data is so valuable. So this is Hank Aaron's master set. So you can see it breaks it down. It says Hank Aaron's playing years were between 1954 and 76. So while he played, all of Hank Aaron's cards total while he played the game for 22 years are included in this number. So Hank Aaron, for 22 years worth of playing Major League Baseball, only has 426 cards total. Think about that today. How many Panini cards does insert your player name? So a lot of these super collectors of vintage and just different players will try to build a set checklist of PSA graded cards. They get a registry, and as if you look over here, they rank them. So the all-time finest Rivard collection, they are 93% complete with a Hank Aaron master collection, and they have the finest collection of them all of Hank Aaron. So that's why people use and will only use PSA. Some people, old school guys who've been doing this for many years, building sets. This is why. So it's gonna be hard. It's hard to disrupt this, right? Just think about that. Hank Aaron's only got 426 cards. Mickey Mantle, he played from 1951 to 1968. So you're looking at whatever the math on that is, 17 years. He only has 325 cards. So there you go. So two of the more recognizable players out of the vintage sets are Mickey Mantle and Hank Aaron. So there you go. There's the math on that. 325 cards total. Here's Jackie Robinson master set. It's only 59 cards. He played between 1947 and 56, 9 years. He only has 59 total cards to collect. And then Jim Brown, there's only 29 cards. So he played between 57 and 65. That's it. That's the entire Jim Brown checklist. He's only got 29 cards to collect. That right there in and of itself is why vintage values don't go down. There's just not a lot of it. So, all right, we're going to compare and contrast that. Now that you got an idea of why the old fellas say, I'm just sticking to vintage. I did a case study, a brief case study on LaMelo Ball from 2021 products and Cade Cunningham. Let's jump over and look at that. All right, jumping in here, I went through the PSA population report, looking at Mosaic LaMelo Ball rookies, because I had a red wave, got a PSA 10 on it. And then I just got lost in the pot report, seeing all the different LaMelo Ball just in Mosaic alone. And I was like, yeah, this is not sustainable. This isn't going to work, man. So I pulled this down. Actually, believe it or not, Beckett probably has the best database of sets. And you can download a spreadsheet. If you go to their website, you can download this spreadsheet, and then I put some filters on it, and I did some drilling down, and this is what I came up with. So I just wanted to pull up Mosaic, because this is what kind of sent me down this rabbit hole, and I wanted to share it with you, and you'll see why. So just in Mosaic alone, and this has everything. This has every different variation of auto, the inserts in the set, and the one-on-ones, everything. Like it shows what, you know, this particular parallel fast break gold is numbered to 10. Obviously the blacks numbered to 1 of 1. Mosaic blue is numbered to 99. So but you go down, and we'll just get to the end game here. So in Mosaic, with all the variations counted, LaMelo Ball has 142 different parallels.
You went and did it. I've never had pains like this before. Oh, this is the worst one I ever had, son. Oh, it's the worst one. This is a big one.
There's 142 LaMelo Balls, rookie cards, in one product of 2020-21 basketball. That in and of itself is just very unsettling. And yeah, you could say there's one-on-ones and all these other things, and I'm gonna show you why that also provides just false scarcity as well, because this data will just wreck your mind, and you might be like me. I don't even know if I'm gonna, you know, hang on to anything of the modern era, honestly. Short-term flips and stuff like that, sure, but it just don't make sense. So let's jump over, and I think the worst product of them all is, I'll just go ahead and say it before we get into the data, and the one that will probably sell off the hardest and the fastest and the most once people begin to realize it, is Select. Because Select has, you know, the concourse premier level, courtside, 3 or 4. They keep adding levels each year. It's just outrageous. So we're gonna look at now LaMelo over in Select. So it's got 142 Mosaic. So let's look over at Select. All right, here we go. Jumping into Select basketball checklist, and here's Melo. He's got blue, and you know, elephants and tigers. Oh my! And it just keeps going. You see, we've already passed 149 or 146, I think is what Mosaic was, and we get down. It just keeps going. So there's 172 in Select, and I got some insights into this as well. But so there it is. So 172 different Select variations of LaMelo Ball rookies. So you had 172 and 146 for Mosaic. He's already got more than Mickey Mantle. Yeah, one more set, he'll have more. He probably has more rookies than just rookies, not the next year sets of his cards with all of their different parallels. He probably has more rookie cards than Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, Jim Brown, and Jackie Robinson. Every card they ever had produced in all of the sets they have produced, he's got more rookies. He's got more Panini rookie cards than all of the cards ever produced of those guys. And let's say he plays 15, 20 years. How many cards do you think he's going to have? All right, so what I did was I took this, and because that's a PC player that I was thinking to, you know, to PC and hold long term. So there it is. There's the info, and that just kind of blows up my whole spot, you know, and whole way of thinking. What I did was I went and said, you know what, let me look and see. Let's see if is Select getting worse. So I took who everyone's looking at in the next year's product, 21-22, and I pulled out Cade Cunningham. I said, let's look at Cade Cunningham. All right, here we go. Here is 21-22 Select. See Cade Cunningham here. Same thing, his concourse and courtside, premier, 196. So it went, Melo had 172, Cade has 196. So there's 14 more parallels included with Cade Cunningham.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Panini will probably grow that until they quit making products. But here's something I did very interesting, and then this will kind of close it out and tie a bow on it. I'll show you why this is artificial scarcity, all these one-on-ones and all these different parallels. So they're not really that rare. So I chopped it up and I used some formulas and stuff, and so you can see how many one-on-ones are there in Select of LaMelo Ball. There's 30 of them. How many numbered to 5 are they of LaMelo? There's 9 different parallels that are numbered to 5. So for a total, that gives you, there's 45 cards that have a to 5 on it in Select basketball. for LaMelo Ball. There's 3 different parallels that are to 8. So that gives you 24 total cards that have a to 8 on it. Golds to 10, there's 19 different ones for 190 cards. 190 cards that have to 10 on it. To 15, there's 5. There are 75 cards that have a /15 on it. And there are 13 different parallels that are to 25. 325. So really, if you look this over, guess what is the most rare? The to 8s, actually. The lucky envelope, the different ones to 8. So there'll be less cards with the to 8 on it than there are 1-of-1s. Mind blown yet? Let's look at Cade Cunningham's list. Remember, LaMelo had 30 1-of-1s. They bumped it up to 35 1-of-1s for Cade. And then there's this crazy set. I actually highlighted it. There's a set of to 4, which I've never seen. It looks like it's a promo, but I highlighted it in pink. Here you go. So it's Premier Level Pink Prisms Marketing Cade Cunningham to 4. There's only 4 of them. That's the rarest card. That's more rare than any LaMelo. There's only 4 of them. So if you ever see one of those Pink Prisms Marketing, they're more rare than any 1-of-1, honestly. There's only 4 of those. There's 35 1-of-1s. To 5, there's 45. How many was it, LaMelo? Same. Again, to 8 again is more rare, quite a bit more rare than 1-of-1s. 10s were up to 300 on this one. 10s were 190 last year. 15, same, I think, yeah. And then 25s are down a little bit to 250. So that paints a picture of why, if you ever hear someone say false sense of scarcity of these cards, because if I can get 35 different 1-of-1s, then essentially there's 35 of them. They're not 1-of-1s. They say they got it stamped on the card it's a 1-of-1, but I could go out and get 35 different cards that all say 1-of-1, right? So it's false. It's a false sense of chase that's going on. Now, probably end of the day, 20, 30 years later, say Cade Cunningham is best player ever. He's got 4 or 5 rings. Then yes, the 1-of-1s are going to be chase cards still. They'll still have value, and many more people will have done all of this data crunching and figuring out what is the most rare. So, but this is info that I think every collector should have when you think about holding on to ultra modern cards. And like I said, I anticipate this just to continue to grow. And so, like I said, I'm definitely going to stay away from select personally. And then again, this is just me, a realization I've come to. You have to come to your own realizations in the hobby. So I just wanted to share it. I thought it was just incredibly fascinating. So guys, if you're enjoying this content, enjoying the work that went into this, do me a favor, hit subscribe, and also turn on the bell to get notified when new videos come out. Hit the like button if you're enjoying it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all I got till next time. Deuces.